learn. In today's episode, we are talking about the difference between intelligence and smartness. This is very key. I am still your regular anchor, Dr. Daniel Otto. A lot of people think that smartness is 419. A lot of people think that smartness is being fraudulent or is to defraud people. But today we are going to have an understanding of the difference between intelligence and smartness. If you were to choose, which one will you choose? Intelligence or smartness? Which one do you prefer? So we're going to look at this in total to allow us know what is going to happen. It's like talking about structure and expertise, but I'm going to come on this channel very, very heavy. What then is intelligence? We're going to be talking about them in pari passu so we can understand the difference and which one we need for the age. Very, very important, because the world needs mentality to improve. So do we need just intelligence or we need smartness to work? These are the questions we should answer. But at the end of this episode, brothers, ladies, and gentlemen, I know you will be able to tell me which one is what we need for the age and how we need to move forward for our world to be better. What then is intelligence? Intelligence is the ability to acquire or collect and store information. Very, very key. It's the ability to learn or the ability to understand. That is intelligence. It is the capacity for abstraction. It is the capacity for logic understanding. It is the capacity for self-awareness. Capacity for learning emotional knowledge, which is very, very important. Reasoning, planning, creativity, critical thinking, and which leads to problem solving. All these are embedded in intelligence. What then is intelligence? Ability to acquire and retain knowledge. The capacity to be above average. When we are talking about brain power, is intelligence. What are we talking about? It is the brain power and high mentality. When we are talking about high mentality, when we are talking about the brain power, it is what we call intelligence. It is also the capacity to understand principles, truth, facts, or meaning of a thing is all embedded in intelligence. The ability to learn and comprehend. It is the product of information search and the analysis of this information. All are embedded in intelligence. There are three types of intelligence: practical intelligence, creative intelligence, analytical intelligence. These are very, very key. But what are we talking about? Intelligence is an attribute that is measurable. That is one thing you should know. And how do we measure it? It is measured by what we call intelligence quotient. How do we measure intelligence quotient? It is the mental age over chronological age times 100. That is the measure of intelligence, which we call IQ. So you must understand what the mental age is. The mental age is actually the intellectual performance of a person compared to the average performance that have been done for a chronological age. You may not understand what I'm saying, but I'll bring it closer. In our chronological age, your biological age, there is a certain age that you have, which psychologists have done an experiment by life assessment and all that, and have known that for this age, there is an intellectual performance that is specific for this age. If you are age 30, there is an average performance for that age of age 30. That is what we call the average performance from that chronological age. But when we are talking about mental age, that age you are, your level of intellectual performance at that age compared to that average that has already been taken is what we call the mental age. So that your performance at the age, supposing you are 30, the way you are performing, your intellectual performance at that age compared to the average that has already been done, when you compare it, you will know whether you are higher mentally or you are lower mentally. What am I saying? Many people are at their age, but they are higher than their chronological age. Their intellectual performance is higher than their biological age. That is where you know intelligence. But many people, from research have been saying that many people fall below the average. So from mental age, from mental performance and high mentality, Your actual intellectual performance should be above. Your mental age should be high. And so if you want to mention intellectual quotient or intelligent quotient, it will be the mental age over the chronological age times 100. Research or statistics have shown that the average IQ is between 73 to 130. So many people fall below. And few geniuses are above 130. That's what we're talking about. So remember, the average intellectual performance, and then what we're talking about about the IQ. So people that are so much that are geniuses, they have an intellectual quotient or intelligent quotient above 140. People like Bill Gates, they have known from research and statistics have shown that the intelligent quotient of people like Bill Gates is above 160. Some people like Netanyahu, this Israeli president, Netanyahu is Israeli prime minister. His intelligent quotient is also above 160. There is a UK boy now whose intelligence is above 160 to 170. These are people that we can predict as geniuses. So from intelligent quotient is a background, is a platform for innovations, because your intellectual performance is a key to what you can do. These are what we are talking about. So how do we relate this to smartness? These are the things we are talking about. So what then is smartness, so that we can bring the two together, so we can analyze which one we are going to choose, or which one do you prefer. Smartness is about using the obtained knowledge and applying it for a practical situation or issues of life. Intelligence already is the acquired knowledge. It's acquired intellectuality. You have gained the intelligence, you have acquired it, and you have retained the knowledge. But smartness is about using the obtained knowledge and applying it to practical situations and issues of life. This is very key. Smartness cannot easily be measured, but whereas intelligence can be measured, it can be quantified. In fact, by the IQ test, which we call the intelligence quotient test. Smartness is an acquired or obtained trait, whereas intelligence is naturally born with. Most of the time is something, intelligence that can be born with, which can and also be worked upon so that it can be increased. But smartness is acquired, is obtained. Smartness can be used to describe a person's appearance, a person's what we can see, how the person appears. You can tell the person, this guy appears smart. The word intelligence is to describe one's performance. So what are we saying? How do we put these things together? Even though smartness and intelligence are both adjectives to describe a person's intellect, smartness is more related to a person's ability to apply his learned knowledge or the knowledge that have been gained to situations of life. Let me put this together in summary. In summary, smartness refers to the alacrity in taking decisions and applying the relevant knowledge for situations in life for problem solving. While intelligence is the platform, smartness is the application. This is we can also apply this like knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is information acquisition, while wisdom is the application of knowledge. What are we saying? Intelligence is gathering those intellect, is gathering those information and retaining them and replicating them when it is needed. But when we are talking about application, once we are talking about applying it to practical issues of life, this is where smartness is needed. And this is what we need for the age. The alacrity. Once a decision is not taken when it should be taken, brothers and sisters, it may become very useless later. When you need decisions to be taken at a particular time, when somebody is dying, you need information at that point to save that situation, to save a life, and not to waste more time. You may have the knowledge, but then you may not have that ability to take that decision. And that is why so many people are inside water and soap is still entering their eyes. Why? They have all the knowledge, but they don't have the necessary decision to take that decision to come out of that calamity. That is what we are talking about. So, what are we talking about? Smartness becomes a very, very a key issue that we need in this end time if we are to solve problems and things need to move. So many professors are loaded with knowledge. So many people are loaded with knowledge. But what of the application? That is what we are talking about. So many people are counting money in the bank, even bankers. But yet the thing is not entering their pocket. That's what we call malaria. Suffering or starvation in the midst of plenty is when you have intelligence and then you cannot apply it. It's starvation in the midst of plenty. Even the sickness called diabetes is starvation in the midst of plenty. The body has overloaded glucose, which is not entering into the system. Any day a man is counting money and the money is not useful into his pocket. He's chewing is quaquarization. It's starvation in the midst of plenty. So that is what we are talking about. So smartness is what we need for the age. We are drafting into the age of mental work. It is not even hard work, it's mental work. Gone are the day people will be saying that smartness is 419. It is not 419. It's the ability to apply the knowledge to a situation and get out of a situation that is needed. We have a lot of expertise in Nigeria. We have a lot of people with intelligence loaded, but we are not moving forward because the ability to take a decision, to take our country out of adversity and calamity is what is needed. So we need people with smart work, people that are smart in taking decisions that are right, doing the right thing at the right time. Not the right thing at the wrong time. This is what we're talking about. This is smartness. So if you are told to choose between the two, what do you say? We need smartness to take ourselves out of. If things are not working, you have intelligence and knowledge. You need smartness to take you out. Many people are in bondage. Intelligence without moving forward is bondage. You are under a siege. You need smartness to take you out. And this is what we are talking about. So you need smartness to take you out. You need the relevant decision, the ability to take a decision. Some people cannot even take decisions. So that rightness of decision, that alacrity and timeliness is very, very key. Timeliness, completeness is very, very key. That is what we mean by smartness. So in summary, smartness is very, very key. You need smart work, mental work that can take you out of that. I know you have a high IQ, but you need smartness. That is a good platform for smartness to come into operation so that you can have the relevant opportunity to achieve what you need to achieve. Listen to this story as I began to round up on this session. One day, a dog was moving on the road and suddenly he came across a lion. Do you know that an encounter between a lion and a dog is suicidal? Before you say Jack, the dog started having urinary incontinence. He was defecating uncontrollably and urinating uncontrollably. Lion say, oh boy, hold it there. Don't shit uncontrollably. Don't defecate yet. Listen to me. Give me 3 reasons why you will not be executed on the spot. This is where smartness have to come in. I am telling you, no matter the intelligence you have, you will have an occasion where that intelligence must be put to use. The ability to put that thing to use at that particular time to save the situation is what we call smartness. This is very key. The dog has to advise himself, if I say nothing now, I will be executed. So I need to put smartness to work. Guess what the answer the dog said? The dog look here and there and say, oh, lion, I know you are the king of the animal of the jungle. But lion, if I know that you are passing through this road today, I wouldn't have been coming here, oh, lion. Lion look at the reason and say, okay, let me give you this one, number one. So he said, give me number 2. I accepted that number 1. Dog look here and there and try to put his smartness into play. And say, lion, lion. He said, Kai, lion. I know you are a serious person. But the way things are today, it looks like you are not too hungry the way you are asking me questions. If not, in your normal situation, you don't even need to waste time before asking me questions. You will pounce on me and eat me on the spot. Lion say, I will give that to you as number 2 reason. He said, give me number 3 before I execute you on the spot. Dog look here and say, lion, lion, I know you are the king of the jungle. But if you leave me and don't touch me and don't kill me, if I live here now and tell those that I am going to meet that I have an encounter with a lion and I'm standing before them live and direct without my being in the mortuary, people may hardly believe me. If I am not executed here, if you don't kill me and you give me time, when I begin to talk about you, it will become a talk of the story. They will hardly even believe. It will start making news on the headline. That this person have an encounter with a lion. A dog had an encounter with a lion and he saved. Lion, this is my 3rd reason. Lion said disappear from here on the spot. What am I saying? Smartness was able to save the dog at that point. You need smartness to move you to another level. Out of all the intelligence, the ability to take a decision at a particular time so you can get out of that trouble for problem solving. Many of us, the country and at large, were loaded with issues and problems and all that. It is a barrage of problems. How do we get out? Mental work, smart work. This is the era, the age of smart work. And all of us need to start drifting to that era so we can solve situations. And this is the only way that we can get out. From this, I'll be able to convince you that if you are given smartness and intelligence, which one will you choose? Your guess is as good as mine. Smartness is the key. I'd like you to keep on listening to this channel, this program, and as you keep on listening to it, something will hit you that will take you to another level. Stay tuned for the next episode. And God bless you for giving us comments and telling us feedback as you watch this program. And the Lord God will bless you. Thank you very much for another episode.